The game plan is pretty much the same. I was training to keep the fight on his feet. I was doing a lot of work getting back to my feet because obviously Damien is dangerous, as I said. So really, and they're both southpaws as well. So I'm not going to stand there and make excuses and go, oh, this has been such a pain in the backside because they changed the opponent. In a lot of ways, you know, it's the same fight. It's the same fight, but just, you know, more at stake.
Is there any similarities to the Lesnar and Overeem fight in the sense that, you know, everybody talked Brock's going to throw Overeem on his back, and then Overeem managed to use his striking to...
Well, yeah, I mean, you could draw some similarities, yeah, of course. You know, I mean, the game plan is the same, and it's definitely a striker versus grappling matchup. That said, if I'm on my back, I've been working very hard at my submissions. I've done jiu-jitsu since I was 8 years old, and I'm no slouch off my back, so he's definitely in danger of being submitted. I don't think Acosta or Overeem will be pulling out any go-go platters anytime soon.
Do you think that's the key to this fight?
No. The key to this fight is me fighting my fight. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on what he can do. I'm focusing on what I can do. That's a mistake I started making a little while ago in my UFC career. I started worrying too much about what my opponent was going to do. Now, you know, I've got to focus on what I do. I've got to go out there, I've got to push the pace, I've got to get in his face and hit him. I've got to hit him in the face, and then once he starts taking a few shots, he's going to think twice about coming forward so recklessly. You need to make him pay for coming forward, and that's what I plan on doing.
Now, some people say that, you know, you look at the Brian Stann fight, why wouldn't this fight go the same way? What would be the difference between this fight and what happened with the...
Well, because I can fight, I know jiu-jitsu, I'm good at jiu-jitsu, I'm also probably, I'd say easily the best in the division at getting back to my feet. You know, I've got better takedown defense than Brian Stann. I'm a better wrestler than Brian Stann, you know, so there you go.
Have you ever done a go-go plata in practice?
I have actually, yeah.
What did you hit?
No, only drilling it, you know. I love doing jiu-jitsu, but when it gets too fancy, I kind of switch off, you know. I like the basics.
Michael, since last time we talked, readers are wondering whether or not you got that Chicago pizza and hot dog, and where you actually ate at.
Oh, absolutely. What was it called?
Luminati's,
that's it.
And
it's
how
awesome as well, yeah. So, cheeky little plug for Lou. Next time I come in, I want it on the house.
All right.
Anyone else?
Hey, can you pinpoint, you said that now you don't worry about what your opponent's going to do, you just worry about what you're going to do. Can you pinpoint the moment in your career when that happened?
For example, when I fought Matt Hamill, because I spent time with him on The Ultimate Fighter, I realised what a good wrestler he was. So I spent the entire camp working on takedown defense and wrestling, and he came out and threw strikes and kicked my ass in the first round. I was totally caught off guard. I put all my eggs into one basket thinking he's going to come out and shoot straight away, so I was just waiting for this shot, and he started swinging bombs, you know, and I learned my lesson the hard way. So now, you know, and there was a couple of other occasions as well. I'm not going to do anyone the favour of bigging them up, you know. Over the course of my career, you know, I've had a long career though, and I've learned from my experiences and learned from my mistakes. That's the important thing, you know, that you do that, and I have done that. I'm a better fighter, I'm better today than I ever have been. And Saturday night, you know, Micheal was in for a big surprise.
What do you make of his comment, first of all, that you've never beaten a quality opponent, and then secondly, he said, you know, when's the last time you knocked somebody out?
Oh, well, quickly, I'd instantly throw that back at Micheal. When's the last time he knocked somebody out? Or when's the last time he TKO'd someone? He got a submission to Brian Stann, but I think he's been submitted 11 times or something like that. So he really shouldn't speak about finishing fights when he's the one who gets finished. I've only ever been finished once in my entire career. You know, we all know which one that was, and it was a great punching. Well done, Dan Henderson. But I've come back since then. I'm a better fighter. I go for the knockouts. Jorge Rivera got stopped. Jason Miller got stopped. Akiyama was on the verge of getting stopped until he led on the floor and pretended he got kicked in the bollocks. You know, 7 out of my last 8 opponents have gone to the hospital. That's 100% statistic. Ask the UFC. 7 out of 8 have been to the hospital. You know, so I might not be putting them away.
Who's the one that did?
Dan Henderson.
Oh yeah.
I went to the hospital. Yeah, other than that, they've all been to the hospital, and fingers crossed Saturday night it's going to be the exact same.
Well, last week you were keeping it pretty low-key in the conference call. You said don't worry about the trash talking, but you indulged in a little bit of it on Inside MMA.
Yeah.
What made you decide to turn that switch on?
Nothing in particular. I mean, the guys on Inside MMA, you know, we're having a laugh, you know, a bit of tongue-in-cheek, just my sense of humour. I've got nothing but respect for Micheal. You know, he's a great fighter. I'd be a fool not to have respect. But that said, you know, he did fail a test for performance-enhancing drugs, you know, and that was due. So he says because he has small bollocks, you know, because he has one testicle. And if he's only got one testicle, that ain't enough balls to fight me on Saturday night.
What do you make of his?
Playing the UFC, but fingers crossed they continue to, you know, spearhead their operation into Europe and England and continue to do shows.
Michael, how was
Thanks, Kevin.
how was wrestling picked up in the UK? Because in the last couple of fights from other fighters in the UK, such as Dan Hardy and Paul Daly, they had issues with wrestlers. Has it been something that's been picking up more as far as in high school, possibly?
No. We don't have a wrestling program in the schools in England, unfortunately. You know, if you want to wrestle, that's got to be something that you've got to seek out and find. There is wrestling clubs, but not many. Obviously the mixed martial arts clubs, you know, the gyms, they'll have a wrestling coach normally.
Right. Is that more a priority now in training for fighters in the UK?
Absolutely. You know, I mean, it was something I had to address. I had to be proactive in learning to wrestle. Otherwise, I wouldn't be stood here today. My UFC career would have finished a long time ago.
You're one fight away from fighting against Anderson Silva.
Give me ball water, man. Cheers, pal.
You're one fight away from fighting Anderson Silva in Brazil in a soccer stadium.
Yes.
As an Englishman who probably likes soccer, what does it mean to you?
Well, for me, that's my dream, you know. To fight for a world title, B, to represent England, you know, and you know, I've got nothing but respect for Anderson. He's the greatest fighter on the planet, and I'm a fan. I want to earn my right to fight him, absolutely. You're not going to hear me do a Chelsea on him and discredit him. Never in a million years. I'm a fan. I buy every pay-per-view he's on. I watch every fight, you know. If I get to fight him, it's going to be a huge honour and a dream come true. And you know, as I say, but I've got to beat Chelsea on him first. I'm not even thinking about that. Everybody's asking me about that. I've got to fight Chelsea on him. You know, I've got to beat Chelsea on him. That's not an easy task. So I'm focusing all my energy on that.
You say nice things about you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Micheal's been very respectful of you for the most part. Do you think he's just trying to soften you up?
Yeah, maybe trying to soften me